You're watching America's Forbidden History, where we uncover the stories, the secrets, and the forgotten moments that shaped a nation.
What if I told you that in 1898, someone invented technology that could have prevented world wars, ended poverty, and revolutionized human civilization, but powerful interests made sure it disappeared forever? In 1898, a brilliant inventor created something so revolutionary that it threatened to make the world. As most powerful people obsolete overnight, so they buried it, and most people still don't know it ever existed. They said the world was entering a new age that year, an age of miracles, machines, and progress forged in steel and fire. But while factories roared and electric wires stretched across cities like glowing veins, one quiet man in a dust-filled workshop built something the world was not prepared for. Something that should have changed everything, but instead vanished as if ripped from history by an unseen hand. His name barely survives today, a shadow drifting through old patent books and forgotten engineering papers. He wasn't famous, he wasn't wealthy, but he possessed a mind that burned brighter than the lamps he powered. His invention, he claimed, didn't just improve technology, it rewrote the rules of energy itself. Witnesses described his device as compact and unnervingly simple. A polished metal core, copper-wrapped coils, plates of unfamiliar alloy, and a rotating element that pulsed like a heartbeat. When he activated it, the machine produced a low, steady hum. And then power, real power. Enough to run lamps, motors, even small tools without consuming any coal, wood, oil, or fuel of any kind. In an era where every industry depended on burning something, this was heresy. At his first public demonstration, the audience gasped as lamps glowed brighter than municipal lines could achieve. Someone accused him of tapping into hidden wires, so he lifted the device off the table with his bare hands while it kept running. No wires, no batteries, no secret connections. Nothing but a soft hum and a halo of impossible light. Within days, newspapers praised him as the next Franklin or Edison. Investors swarmed him. Some begged for a partnership, others demanded ownership, but he refused all of them. He claimed the invention belonged to everyone, that it could illuminate the world, end fuel scarcity, and free humanity from the chains of resource wars. That was his second mistake. Because when you create something that threatens the foundations of empires, you don't just attract interest. You attract enemies. The tone of the press shifted almost overnight. Articles that once celebrated him now mocked him. Critics labeled him a fraud. Politicians warned his invention could destabilize the nation's economy. Industrial giants who made fortunes controlling coal, oil, and electricity hinted that devices like his were dangerous, unregulated, or unnecessary. Then men began visiting his workshop, men who didn't give their names. They claimed they were inspectors. They flashed paper seals. They demanded access to his tools, notes, and blueprints. One left holding a crate the inventor later insisted wasn't theirs. Another confiscated the machine for safety evaluation, promising it would be returned. It never was. His diary, what survived of it, documents his growing fear. Pages torn violently from the spine leave gaps in sentences that might have named his tormentors. But one line survived intact. They told me humanity isn't ready, and that I must not try to make it ready. Soon after, the inventor canceled his exhibitions, locked his workshop shutters, sent panicked letters to colleagues saying he was being pressured, threatened, watched. Then, one night, the workshop was raided. Neighbors reported hearing shouts, crashing furniture, the splintering of wood. When the sun rose, the workshop looked like a battlefield. Blueprints ripped, tools shattered. The device, the heart of everything, gone. And the inventor himself? Never seen in public again. Not in obituaries, not in records, not in any government files that historians can legally access. It was as if someone reached into time and surgically removed him. Yet fragments of the truth surfaced decades later when a researcher stumbled upon a set of sealed vault documents labeled 1898 Energy Anomaly. Inside were internal government memos referring to a device that threatens existing national infrastructure, technology incompatible with current economic models, immediate containment recommended. Even more chilling were letters between industrial tycoons warning that the invention would crush the fuel markets and destroy entire business empires overnight. So the story changed. It wasn't that the invention didn't work. It was that it worked too well. The sketches found in private collections show something remarkable. concepts eerily close to modern resonance-based energy systems that didn't appear until nearly a century later. Designs involving atmospheric charge, oscillation harmonics, and field coupling effects no one had language for in 1898. He wasn't ahead of his time. He was ahead of our time. If this machine had been released, if humanity had gained access to limitless, fuel-free energy in 1898, everything would have changed. Imagine cities without soot, homes powered without bills, factories without smoke. A world not marching into world wars driven by fuel, industry, and resource competition. This is why your hooks hit so hard. The technology truly could have prevented conflict, ended scarcity, and rewritten human civilization. And that is exactly why it was buried. Because someone realized the world was ready, but their wealth, power, and control were not. The most haunting revelation came from a final set of photographs, grainy, sepia-toned images of the device mounted on a government testing bench. Instruments surrounding it recorded stable current output. Someone tested it. Someone studied it. Someone understood the magnitude of what they were looking at. And then they locked it away. Parts of the device have resurfaced in recent decades. A coil sold at auction under a cryptic label. A strange metal core appearing briefly in a private collection. A scholar whispering that a functional prototype still exists in a sealed federal facility. Which raises the question historians whisper behind closed doors. What if the invention isn't lost? What if it's sleeping? Waiting for someone brave enough or reckless enough to wake it? If you want me to uncover the missing diary pages, the list of men who buried this technology, and the attempted modern reconstructions of the device, tell me to make part 2. And if stories of buried inventions and erased geniuses fascinate you, subscribe to America's Forbidden History, like this video, and join the search for the secrets they never intended the world to find.